I want to preface this video by saying, please don't give me comments about overthinking, about just go out and bowl. I understand that at this level, you have to be trying to analyze things. You have to be trying to fix the little issues because those little issues are what can make a huge difference. One minor change can make it from a player of the year to a player that never makes a cut, as you can see. So please don't make the comments about just go out and bowl and just don't overthink things, because that's not what this is. This is simply about making proper adjustments to your game to fit what is out there, what you're trying to bowl. In league, it's a little different. Like I bowled 803, went and bowled the U.S. Open, bowled like crap, came back and bowled 795 with 300 that Thursday. League is a completely different story than out there at these big tournaments. So please don't give me the overthinking comments and stuff. I'm only thinking of trying to get better, and that's it. It's just a goal to make sure you're top notch at all times. So keep that in mind when listening.
All right, y'all. So after this week or last week at the U.S. Open, I've had some time to kind of contemplate some things, look back at some footage, some shots, and try to figure out what exactly was going wrong. What I came up with is it's a simple fact. Like if you're seeing over under, if your ball reaction is inconsistent, no matter what ball you're throwing, that's a you thing. It's a me thing. There's something that was different every single shot. Like, and I think it was. I mean, it was obviously a feel thing. Everybody that knows me knows I've struggled with my feel for a while now. Ever since like the 2000, even in my Player of the Year season 2 years ago, even then I struggled with feel a little bit, but I was able to do just enough to get it, to work for me. Now, I think a lot of it is because I tried a longer span, which felt better, and then but it felt like it really cut my rev rate back and made it a little sore in areas. And instead of actually like just making minor adjustments, I cut my span way back again and basically tried the same pitches more or less. Well, when I got back to the shop, I decided, you know what, I need to go to a longer span again. I want to try, see if I can get my hand just to sit, because my span has traditionally always been too short anyway. Based on textbook, my span is too short for, dang dog, my span is too short for what the textbook actually says it should be. So I tried to get my span to be a little bit closer. So I lengthened it by 1/8 of an inch and both fingers. It gets my palm to sit a little bit flatter on it. If I lose rev rate, it's not much. It might be 10 or 15 RPMs. So I'm still going to be in the middle 400s. Not going to affect much at all. I'll be okay. So I did. I drilled a new thumb, drilled it 1/8 of an eighth back further. So instead of the thumb basically being up towards the front of the plastic of my switch grip inner, it's on the back, towards the back now. So I went and my first shot hung up on my hand and went straight up in the air. Like, and it didn't feel like it was going to hang up, but it did. And normally, I would have been like, all right, no, that ain't going to work. And I would just go right back to the old thumb and just say, I need practice. And I'm like, nope, something's wrong. Keep trying it, figure it out. I added a piece of tape to it. And I know most are going to say, that doesn't make sense. You just hung up. Why would you add tape? Well, because you can change the shape of the thumb, and it can, by tightening the thumb hole, it can make you actually squeeze less. That was my problem. For some reason, I've been squeezing the ball a lot lately, and I noticed it right away. So I put some tape in, and all of a sudden the ball flew off my hand. I'm like, all right, it came off a little too quick this time. So I added another piece of tape in the right spot, and all of a sudden it's like zoom, 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 zoom. The ball's going exactly where I want every single time, and I'm seeing consistent ball motion. It was kind of like a light bulb, like, oh, all right, well, this makes sense. I went back and I wanted to double check my work, so I went back and grabbed my old thumb, and sure as kicking, I grab the old thumb and I throw a shot, and I can feel the ball just go whoop, boom, and down. And I'm like, why'd that come off my hand so late? Well, I paid attention to how it felt in my swing, and sure enough, as soon as it got to the top of the swing, it felt like it was starting to come off my hand, and I would clamp and I would squeeze, and then I would have to let go. So when you go this way, you have to release. Bad, bad, bad news. That's going to make it different every time. So if you're clamped and you're squeezing and then you turn, and you can see I'm even getting that poop stain again because of squeezing. That's not good. That's another indicator there. So I drilled this new thumb and threw it, and I'm going to let you watch a couple of shots here, but watch how fast now it comes off my hand. And I'm not saying this is the fix-all. That doesn't mean I'm going to go into every event and all of a sudden I'm going to make every cut and be perfect. But this is what I'm going to be working with for the next month. For me, it's just about trying to get better. It's about trying to make things better after every performance. If good or bad, you need to get better. And the change I made before with the thumb was the right change because I left the pitches the same. I just expanded my grip a little bit. The pitch changes I made a month or 2 months ago or whatever that you guys remember me talking about, that was the right move. But when I made that change, I also needed to lengthen my span a little bit. So now that we've got it right, I'm going to practice with it for the next month. I'm going to go down to the Bradley, and I'm going to bowl the Bradley down in Kentucky, and we'll see what we got leading into March for all those events. So I'm kind of excited. Here, watch these couple of shots, or I think it's just one shot, and then I slow it down for you so you can really see this thing just flies off my hand. So check this out.
All right, so as you can see, much cleaner off my hand. Watch that thing, it goes straight into the lane. It never goes up off my hand. It's just straight down into the lane, and the angle is straight towards my target. Whereas before, I really feel like I was feeling a little belly in the front. Like I had to go a little left or right because my hand grabbed at it a little too much. And the times when I didn't grab at it, it was off my hand too early. So there was a lot of in between. So I'd go a little left and my hand would grab at it, which would make the ball hook early. I'd go back to the right and it would come off my hand too clean, and it wouldn't hook enough. And that's where I was running into a lot of troubles and stuff. So just watching this, and and excuse the sweat stains in my pits. I got some sweaty pits that day. I bowled like 8 games that day. So it was my first day back of practicing since. So this is going to be a game changer for me, and I'm really excited to see how this works. I'm glad I didn't have to make a fit change, like I have to plug bowling balls and stuff. I was able to do this with my switch grip inners, which is a very important reason why switch grip is the #1 interchangeable in the world, is because you can make little minor changes like that. As long as your thumb's small enough, you can change pitches, you can change your span just a little bit, you can do whatever you need. So that's a really cool thing. So make sure, if you're not already using switch grip, you're gonna have to use some switch grips. I promise it'll be worth the investment. But that's all I got for you. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm actually here pretty soon. I just got back from the gym. That's the other thing. I need to be more consistent at the gym. And I'm gonna head back. I gotta go to the shop. I gotta go pick up some stuff from Delora, and I'm gonna head to the shop and get some work done there. Probably practice a little bit more tonight, and I'm gonna try to bowl at least 4 or 5 days a week. So got to get ready for these events, and I'm hoping not to completely fail over the next month. So hard work, hopefully it pays off.